Let's get started. Hey, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites, and we, as always, we do all things in Yahweh, name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors and blessings in the name of the Apostle Ezra of GMS that taught us this truth. And shalom to the Akim that's teaching this truth with sincerity, having your life daily, doing this work. Shalom. And to the Aqua sisters that's humbling themselves, a shalom to you too. But we're doing this lesson on when Yahushua returns. You know, who these so-called, wacky ass Christians call Sweet Jesus. He's not going to be returning as the way they think he's going to be returning. Sweet Jesus ain't going to be giving them warm hugs and rainbows. When he returns, he's going to be opening up a can of whoop ass, and he's going to be as the scriptures say, and let me just grab it. And Isaiah 66 and 16, for by the fire and his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So when Yahweh shall return, he's going to be killing.
That's right.
When he returns, he's going to be killing, and it's just not he going to be killing. His angels going to be right there killing along with him. And Yahweh Ratazah, if we be of the hopeful elect or the 1/3, we be right along with them. So with that said, hey brothers, if y'all got scriptures y'all want to come out, hey, bring them out.
Yeah, I got one real quick. I got 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verses 9. For Esau is in the world,
Okay.
and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow with.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the time that we're pretty much in, because because the kingdom is falling. Like prime example, like you got China that's got this super virus going on, and they still doing trade globally still, and that's gonna help spread diseases. And when that happens, there's gonna be demand for things, and then it's gonna come into a time where they're gonna have to be forced to stop making trade all over the world, which means you're gonna stop getting all your goods and everything. So we're pretty much at the end and everything. Got scripture you call?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody about to grab it too early, but this is in Matthew 10 and 34.
Okay.
I was gonna get that, but you go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
I can hold off if you want me to.
Go ahead.
Okay, kind. This is Matthew 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace. This is Yahushua speaking.
Okay.
This is in red.
Okay.
This is from the top again. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am come not to send peace, but a sword.
Okay. And when Yahushua returns, hey, he's not coming to be that so-called, that loving figure that these so-called Edomites paint him to be. Mm-hmm. Hey, he's coming to shed blood. Matter of fact, Baba Kashar, if I may, this is one of my favorite scriptures from the book of Matthew. This is 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And when he returns, they gonna mourn. They ain't gonna be happy to see him. So say the scriptures. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And when he come in the power and the great glory is when he come with the chariots. You know, with these so-called media and these so-called governments call them UFOs, we call them the IFOs because we know what they are. Those are the chariots of the Most High. And that's when the Most High is going to set them loose to go to work on all these nations.
That's right.
This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 1. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Now Yahushua is sitting on this white horse. Now, it said he that sat on him had a bow. Now, he's not using that bow to go out, you know, hunting and sporting, you know, kill a few buffaloes, you know, this, you know, these are, a bow is designed to kill. And it said, you know, and reading on it says, and the crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Now, conquering, nobody conquers another, you know, because it said, I want to say it was many crowns in another verse. When you take somebody's crown, they don't just give it to you like, hey, here you go. You know, you got to take it from them. You know, you got to take it by force. You got to conquer. When you conquer, you going in, you invading, you not invited. You know, you going wherever you want to go. This is my territory. You say, okay, you got that? I need that. You know, we need some. Okay, you don't got nothing. All right, you a little blind Edomite. Well, you gonna be picking cotton blind then. You know, we need all that. We need our resources. We need our slaves. We need our gold. Everything.
That's right.
That's right.
You know, so somebody that's coming to conquer ain't coming to bring, you know, Skittles and sprinkles and, you know, Oreos, you know, and gumdrops. You know, so this concept that he is, you know, this strictly just, you know, passive, you know, pushover you're not finding that in the Bible.
That's right. You know, he's not coming to save the world from itself. You know, that's the misconception that, you know, the Esau, the so-called wacky-ass Christians have you think that he's going to save the world from itself. You know, what do the white man need salvation from? Itself when they rule this world.
The Edomites. The Edomites.
You know, these devils run this world.
That's right.
You know, they go in every country right now. While they got the sword, the power of their sword, and they go in every country and take whatever the fuck they want. All the way up until just about now. But brother, can I follow you up with this? This is Revelation 19:11, and I saw in heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. And this who they inwardly call Jesus. And we don't call him that name, we call him Yahushua. And he's not coming to be that loving guy that you know that you make him out to be, you so-called Edomites. And his eyes was as a flame of fire. You know, his eyes ain't green, his eyes ain't blue, and his eyes ain't brown. And on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. So, hey, who blood is this that's on him? It's all these nations that he's judging. You know, he's getting busy. Hey, in Isaiah the 63rd chapter, he said, vengeance is in my heart. You know, the day of vengeance is in my heart. I'm no butchering it, but we're gonna get to that too, because he's gonna get busy. You know, the this thing right here is the Most High is the ultimate author, the director, and the producer, and it's gonna be a glorious scene. This great and glorious day is gonna be amazing.
That's right.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in white linen, and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, and that with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of the Almighty power. And this is where we usually go to Isaiah the 63rd chapter, where Matt Bubba Kashaw, can I just go there? You know, because, you know, he's not going to be playing, and he's not going to be nice to you little Edomite people, you know, Edomite kids or so-called Hamites or Ammon or any of your other nations or Japhet. You know, it don't matter who you is. This is Isaiah 63. Who is this that cometh from Edom with thy garments from Basra? And literally, we call this place Sodom and Gomorrah, Edom, spiritually Edom, Sodom and Gomorrah, Babylon the Great,
Second Egypt.
Second Egypt, Nineveh, Assyria, you keep naming them, the mystery of Babylon. This place right here is the place that's going to be destroyed by the Most High. Right. This place is the place where the mass destruction is going to happen. And this is that in the glorious apparel, traveling in greatness of his strength, that I speak in righteousness, mighty to save. And this is who you're talking about, the one that you so-called, you call Jesus. You know, Yahushua is going to, he's coming to save, but he's not coming to save you. He's coming to save his elect.
That's right.
You know, he's coming to save his elect in 1/3 of Israel. You know, he's not for you other nations.
If he was for all of us, he was here to save all of us, then how would Israel be holy? Because holy means separate.
That's right.
So you got to separate us from who? From what? The other nations.
That's right.
You wouldn't have the Holy Bible.
And therefore thou art red in thy apparel, and thy garments are like him that treadeth the wine fat. And man, the scriptures talking about he was his when he came, his garment was white, now it's red. So it's a whole lot. It's metaphorically talking about it's a whole lot of blood that he's shedding. So you know, this thing right here, it got me, you know, visualizing that he's not gonna be nice and friendly.
That's right. The Lord's an austere man. So I mean, when you look at the word, you know, austere, you know, that's not talking about a man that's nice or feminine at all. That man was hard and rough. Hard, rough, tough, extremely masculine, and had a voice of deep waters. He wasn't with this crap that's going on right now.
Okay. I have trodden down the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, and I tread them in my anger, and I trample them in my fury, and their blood shall sprinkle upon my garment, and
Wait,
I will.
Said blood was sprinkled. He didn't say cotton candy was sprinkled.
Or Kool-Aid.
So like, go ahead, all right.
And I will stain them. I will stain all my raiment, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is to come. So, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is waiting for this day. You know, this is the day that he's waiting for. You know, this is the day, the hour, the moment, the second that he's waiting for. That the Most High put in his power that he don't even know that when he will be loose.
Yep.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, book of Luke, chapter 12, verses 49 all the way up to 51.
What's it again, brother?
Luke 12.
Okay, I'm trying to get there right with each other.
Okay.
So
because what we're reading is, we're not reading about really dogma about saving everybody, because that's not the gospel at all. And when you go back to the word gospel is good news for somebody, not everybody. You there?
I'm there at the 12th chapter.
Yeah, I'm on 12, all the way to 59 and 51.
59 and 51?
Yeah, 12.
I'm there. Kind.
Okay, come. I am come to set fire on the earth.
Kind.
And that don't sound like peace right there, does it? No. Fire is hot. Fire is fire. You can. That's violent. You can die from that.
That's right.
Anything that's an element can die. It dies off of fire. And what will I, if it be already? What was that?
Kindle.
Kind. But go ahead.
Go ahead. Because the fire is already going to be unleashed, because it's going to be that third new war, and that's going to set fire on this earth. But go ahead, brother.
But I have a basrith. What's that?
I have a baptism.
I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I? What's that? Straighten it to be accomplished. Spreading. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division.
Kind.
And that tells you right there, when it talks about, do I give you peace on earth? And it says, nay. Nay means no. But rather division. Okay? And in the division, that's talking about separating the righteous of that 144,000. The 1/3, they're going to be separated from the 2/3, because the 2/3, they're going to get got.
It's beautiful, because like we say, we only on the highways and the hedges for the elect's sake, and the 1/3, because the 2/3, they gonna get destroyed right along with y'all.
That's right.
So this is only for them, the elect and the 1/3. You got scripture, or
he just grabbed the one I was about to get.
Oh, okay, kind of. Well, I got a little bit more on this. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and I will make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring them down in the strength to the earth. I will bring down their strength to the earth. And do that sound like he's going to be nice? This is still Isaiah 63rd chapter in the 6th verse. I will tread down the people in my anger, and I will make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring them down. I will bring down their strength to the earth. And all you nations, the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna bring y'all down. He gonna humble all y'all down to nothing.
Here's some information about
that's it. You wanna come out with?
Looking for it.
Okay, but I got something I can come out with. This is one of my favorite scriptures when he first make his scene on the earth. This is Ezra's the Second Ezra, the 13th chapter, and the and the and the second verse. Well, I'm gonna go start at the top verse. And it came to pass 7 days. I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there was a wind from the sea, and it moved the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, a man waxed strong with 1,000 of heavens. And when I turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whatsoever, and this right here was the this man that was that waxed strong with 1,000 of heavens, and when he turned to look, at all things trembled that was seen under him. This is the one you call enemy called Jesus. We call him Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know, Yahweh is the Father's name. He exists, he to be, and by Hashem in the name, and Yahweh Shai, he delivers, he saves, and wheresoever the voice went out of his mouth, they all burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it felleth the fire. And do that sound like he's giving out hugs? You know, is he giving out warm hugs? Is he saving everybody? You know, it don't sound like he's saving everybody to me.
That sound like a man at war.
You know, it sound like terrible times.
That's right.
You know, and matter of fact, brother, get Habakkuk 3 and 4, Brother Kashaw, because you know I got a precept for that right there. For that, matter of fact, I'll get it right quick because you know, this is going to be terrible times during this time.
That's right.
When Yahweh Shai returns, it's not going to be beautiful times for you that dwell in this land.
Got another precept.
Go ahead and go with it. So while I grab this precept right quick, Brother Kashaw.
This is Revelations chapter 19, verse 11. I'm going to take it through verse 16. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. So the same white horse spoken about in Revelations chapter 1, I want to say verse 1 or verse 2. You know, Yahweh Shai, the Son of God, the Lamb of God, said he make war.
Okay.
I've never seen a war that was, you know, a bunch of pillow fights and, you know, people, you know, sprinkling fairy dust on each other.
Okay.
You know.
And that white horse is this mountain that he's riding on. And Second Ezra, the 13th chapter.
This is verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. You know, you take crowns. People don't just give you that crown. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of God. Now, does that mean, you know, he was like, oh, okay, this is a nice garment. Let me, you know, soak this in blood. No, it's you know, it's symbolic because it's going to be killing.
Okay.
That's right.
Verse 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. You know, an army is designed to conquer. Verse 15, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of Almighty God.
Okay.
Verse 16, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings, Yahweh of Howahs. Verse 17, and I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves unto Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God, that ye may eat the flesh of kings. Why? Because they're going to be dead. And the flesh of captains, because they're going to be dead.
That's right.
Why are they going to be dead? Because he's going to be killing.
That's right.
And the flesh of mighty men, the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. That was it on that.
Okay, Bubba Kashad, if you could break this down. This is Habakkuk 3 and 4. And his brightness was as the light, and he had a horn coming out of his hand, and there was a height of his power.
You know, those horns, that's you know, because you're going to be on a chariot. You know, you're going to have those, you know, high beams coming out, you know, those chariots, and it's going to, you know, heat this bitch up even, you know, more.
Okay. And before him went the pestilence, and a burning coal went forth at his feet, and he stood and measured the earth, and he beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered, and the perpetual hills did bow, and his ways are everlasting. And did that sound like he's going to be friendly? You know, did that sound like he's going to be like Puff the Magic Dragon? You know, he's not going to be friendly. You know, he's gonna be making mayhem. It's gonna be a terrible day for you. If you anybody else other than a so-called hopeful elect or 1/3 of Israel, the remnant of Israel, it's gonna be a very terrible day for you.
That's right.
That day.
Got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
Book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18. And this is what everybody's looking for, but it's a woe. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Okay.
To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, because
that's right.
You know, you be hearing like, you know, mainly like these 2/3 talking about some, especially like them Jake Williams talking about some, child, I can't wait to the desire of the day of the Lord. And I'm like, you don't know, that's the day of your destruction.
Hey, it's gonna be trouble for them because, hey, man, we just can't. You know, me myself, and I know the brothers of GMS and some of the other brothers that's out here doing this work. Hey, they can't wait for this day. They tired of this existence. You know, they want to get released from this motherfucking wicked ass body that we in.
That's right.
But you know, but we have a job we got to do right now. But this is part of it. Doing these videos, going out in the highways and hedges. But when this day happens, Yahweh Ratazah, we are those men. Hey, we be delivered out of this place.
There's a good scripture you should try to get right now.
Well, I got a lot more here to talk about destruction of, you know, hey.
Okay, well, I got some more meat too when you're done with that meat.
Okay, this is 2 Ezra 13 and 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered a multitude of men out of the number of the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And this is the so-called, you know, the nations, you know, the so-called United Nations, the EU, all you different nations, y'all gonna try to fight the one that the world enemy call Jesus, because y'all don't want to lose y'all rulership. Y'all gonna try to hold on to y'all shit long as you can. But the scripture said, but I beheld, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I have seen the region or the place, the hill was graven, and I could not. And after that I beheld, and lo, there was gathered to subdue him, was so afraid, yet durst to fight. And the Most High gonna put a spirit in you to still fight, because the Most High loves to see a good a good fight, and it's always about, hey, the way the Most High delivered the children of Israel out of a predicament, or out of a captivity. It's all about presentation, the way the Most High delivered the children of Israel out of a situation. It always got to be how should I say it, a spectacular moment.
Yeah.
It got to be a finger of God event where only the Most High could have did it. What nobody could say that it was just
But the glory?
no, it was just a mistake that the children of Israel escaped out of your hands. It was just a rock slide or something like that, or it was a tsunami that came in and took out these people. It's always something that, the white man always want to use science to try to explain God out of every damn thing. But the Most High is going to make it so that you can't explain the Most High out of anything when He delivered the children out of Israel out of this time.
Esau don't know everything. He don't.
Because when He come this time, He gonna bring His whole armies. Not just the angels. He's gonna bring Leviathan out. It's gonna be crazy. It's just not gonna be just Yahweh and the angels. It's gonna be Leviathan out too. And let me keep on reading this part right here, because we're talking about Yahweh getting down. And after this I beheld. Oh no, the 9th verse. And lo, and I saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up a hand nor held sword or any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as had been a blast of fire, or out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and a tempest. And they that was a mix together, a blast of fire, a flaming breath, a great tempest, fell with the violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one. And so upon a sudden innumerable multitude was nothing to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid. And just reading that made me scared of the power of the Most High. But hey, they have this book, but they still ain't gonna repent. They still ain't gonna ask for forgiveness. Everything that the Most High gonna show them, even in His words or what He do, they still ain't gonna repent.
But that's how you prove that the Edomites are devils, man.
Okay. Oh, you got something, brother?
No.
Okay,
I do.
But what? I got one more. A few more scriptures.
Oh, go ahead.
Because not only that, after this I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call another peaceable multitude, and the peaceable multitude is the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and the 1/3 of Israel, and there came much people unto him, and some were glad, the hopeful elect and the 1/3 of Israel, and some were sorry, and some were bound. And that's the beginning of all you nations going into captivity.
That's right.
Somebody got to build the kingdom of heaven. Somebody got to put all these bodies in there.
Somebody gonna do
it. Work got to be done.
Ain't somebody gonna do it. It's written who gonna do it.
God.
Some Edomite gonna have to, wash my feet.
God.
Wash my shoes. I damn sure ain't about to do it.
Damn right. And some brought them that were offered, and when I was sick through the great fear, I was wakened, and that's it. But slavery is coming back when Yahushua returns, and the children of Israel it's gonna be the slave masters.
That's right.
You know, hey, it's been fun, y'all being the slave masters, but we gonna take the kingdom and y'all gonna be petrol slaves under us.
Okay.
You know, hey, you ain't gonna like it. Because, 1,000 years of slavery, and then you go, the so-called nations, the so-called third-party man, y'all go back into the heathens, go back into y'all lands, but, but y'all still slaves in y'all lands. Y'all still gotta give it up.
Well, they're gonna have to because this earth belongs to Israel anyway.
Well, it's still captivity.
Okay.
You know, you got something?
No.
Okay, what you got, bro?
Okay, I'm gonna read this. Matter of fact, you can put the icing on the cake on. Go to Luke 1 because that's where I'm at.
Luke 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can end on that.
Okay.
Because I am done.
Okay.
Because that's the point right there. Because when it's over, it's over. You know, what you starting at on Luke?
Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read chapter 1 from 31 to 33, and you put the icing on the cake with 67 all the way to 80. That's about Israel appeared in the kingdom of heaven. That's the icing on the cake. Okay. All right. You ready?
Okay.
Luke chapter 1 verses 31 and 33. And behold, thou shalt cover.
Thou shalt conceive.
Thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, and shall call his name Yahushua. He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord power shall give unto him the throne of his father David, and he shall rule over the house of Jacob forever, and of the kingdom there shall be no end.
Okay.
So that tell you right there that there should be no end and everything, because once Yahweh Shem Yahushua come and takes over, that's it.
We're gonna be perfect. We ain't gonna be going off.
Okay.
You know, the laws, statutes, and the commandments gonna be written in our inward part. We won't be going off. You know, it won't be no more us going in captivity. You know, we're gonna be perfect. Hey, y'all gonna be y'all gonna be forced to walk into our laws, statutes, and commandments. This is Luke 1:67, and his father Zacharias was filled with the Holy Ghost and prophesied and saying, "Blessed be Yahweh, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of Israel, for he have visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up the horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of the holy prophets, which have been since the world had begun, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us." And all of y'all, you know, man, y'all hate us, man.
That's right.
You can't say that y'all love us, man. Deep down inside, y'all hate us. Come on, man. Y'all, your so-called, your fucking other motherfucking nations, we hate y'all too.
That's right.
We don't love y'all not one bit, and we just can't wait till we get our hands on you.
That's right.
You know, and we were just talking about it earlier. It's gonna be beautiful times.
Good.
And that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand that hate us, to perform the mercy that he promised our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, and to the oath which he swore unto our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us that we be delivered out of the hand of our enemy, and that we might serve him without fear in holy righteousness before him all the days of our life. And it is coming soon. You know, we're going to be serving the Most High in righteousness and holiness, and we're going to be perfect. Even our kids, when we have kids in the kingdom, they're going to come out perfect.
Yeah, because we ain't going to tell them don't do this and don't do that. That's not going to happen.
You know, they're going to be perfect. They're going to be, you know, every bit of perfect. We ain't going to have to tell them, stop, don't. What the brother said.
Right.
Okay. And the child shall be called a prophet of the highest, for thou shalt go before the face of Yahweh and prepare his ways, and to give knowledge and salvation unto his people by the remission of their sin, and through the tender mercy of their power, whereby they spring, and from on high have visited us, and to give light unto them that sit in darkness and the shadow of the death, to guide our feet into the way of peace. And we right now, we in the shadow of darkness right now, the so-called America, you know, and Yahweh Ratazah, we are the hopeful elect, or the 1/3 of Israel. And when we hear that the beautiful words of "come up hither," we hoping that we hear them words. We get delivered from here, because we know when we get delivered from here, that's it. It's checkmate. It's over.
That's right.
So you want to got something?
Nope, I had my last one already.
Okay.
Did you go all the way down to 80?
One more scripture. Come.
Yeah.
Okay, come. And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, and was in the desert until the day was shown unto Israel.
Because, yeah, this whole chapter that the brothers are done reading, that's telling you that the only people that's going to have salvation is going to be Israel.
Okay.
Starting with the elect. So that, you know, what I just read from the beginning part, what was it, 1 verses 31 to 33.
Okay.
You know, that was the head, and then that was the icing of it, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all, you other nations, you're through. But with that, we want to give our honors and glories and praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace to the Akim that's doing his work on the four corners of earth. Shalom and above.
And the Kwan Bakiyam.
God.